I am continuing onward with what I had promised was this is a Baltimore baseball legacy collection. So I'm finally finished with Memorial Stadium. This one is Baltimore Stadium, Baltimore Municipal Stadium. It was called Babe Ruth Stadium in the late 40s. After Babe Ruth passed away in 1948. So this is the next one that I'm working on. I'm gonna do something different this year. Something that I didn't do before. I am not. I'm not going to rush these out. I'm not going to. I'm not going to rush them out. I'm not going to push them out. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to work on these in a very precise and effective way as much as possible, as best as possible, so that I don't ever have to go back to these ever again. If these are being transported back and forth and being transferred to, say, if they're being transferred back to, if they're being transferred to MLB to Show 25, MLB to Show 26, I would like to do them now. In the past years, I've moved a lot more expedient. I feel like what really delayed a lot of my stuff was trying to get Memorial Stadium right to the point where it took months and weeks, and I don't want to do that again. So, like I said, you find the most optimal way to do something, and then you just go with it, and you do that here. There are two ballpark creators that I would love to give credit for. Yeah, I've done that in the past. I can't tell you how many versions of Memorial Stadium I got. That's why I got this one right here. It's like I can never get away with it. I never can get away with it. But the difference is, and here's the problem. Here's the problem, Fiserv. The issue is that when a new update comes, the good thing about it is that the previous stadium that you worked on gets grandfathered in. Okay. The problem is that, let's say, for example, I get all of this here. I get all of this here, and I want to create, this is a part of the saga, but I would like to create, hell with it. I would like to create some roads and stuff. I don't understand how their, I don't understand how their system is in regards to the road structure and stuff that you need to make. I don't understand how that goes. So I like these roads and everything, and I like what goes into them and stuff, but you have this thing in here where you can't mix too many assets. You cannot mix too many assets. So if you mix too many assets, then you run the risk of of messing up some stuff. And these roads look really good, because one of the good things about these roads is that these roads now come with sidewalks added to it. Those are the sidewalks on this road. So that's the tricky stuff. That's the stuff that needs to be fixed and patched within this, among some other things, is that we're almost there. Okay, I see. I want to get their names right. Let me get their. Let me find them, and let me get their names right. The parking lots, I'll be honest with you, this is what I would like from the parking lots. And like Phil, who makes I want to get both their names right. Give me a second. I want to find their names. Like to apologize last night. I fell asleep while I was trying to do a research project on this stadium. So yeah, Obscurus Gaming does it, but he's not really in it that much. Studio 44 is one of them. And what's the other one? I want to say it's Suds, but it's not Suds. There's no way it's Suds. I don't know why I want to call it Suds. Suds 21. Sewell. Right, okay. Studio 44 and Sewell 21 are one of your best advocates for talking and suggesting things in which I have been talking about and suggesting for ad nausea on here since the jump. I'm glad that there are YouTubers like them. I'm so glad that there are YouTubers like them who can press forward the effort to get SDS's attention. One thing I do agree with Studio 44 about is that, much like him, I have exhausted myself to the point of every single stream talking about it would be nice if they have this, it would be nice if they had that, it would be great if they had this, it would be great if they had that. And it goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. My issue with that is that before Swell 21, I want to get his name right, and Studio 44, there were multiple Studio 44s that came along. Multiple. These guys are amazing, and we need them to have, well, the thing about it is, let's add all those things. But at the same time, let's add things and let's appropriate the amount of memory that it costs to use that. So anyway, I just want to finish this train of thought that there have been many who have come like them in the past, who have spoken out and suggested things that needed to be done in this game. And right now, these guys are here, and I'm so thankful for them because they are pretty much they are for for the sake of comparison, they are the writers of the gospel. They are the ones who, they're the ones who come along and speak for those who don't have time to speak and, move things that people don't have time to move. People like myself who got into this to just build stadiums and stuff like that. I don't have the time to get on here and evaluate stadiums. I don't have the time to have people evaluate my stadiums. If you come across my stuff, great. If you don't, great. I don't take it personal. I just keep my nose to the grindstone. I do my stuff. If you come across it and you discover it, God bless you. And we just keep it pushing. That's it. These types of YouTubers that I'm talking about, they do what most MLB The Show YouTubers should be doing, which is understanding one simple thing. understand one simple thing, is that as a collective whole, if everyone works towards what Studio 44 is doing, because Studio 44 mentioned that on his Facebook page, he has the written diagram as to like what he what he wants to send to the help desk ticket for them and stuff and everything. If people send those things and they don't do anything, that's fine. That's great. But at least you did it. And you move on and you be at peace with it. You guys have been here with me for a long time. I don't have the numbers that other people have. I don't have the subscriptions that other people have. That's cool. I don't care. But one of the things that I find is great is that right now, in regards to the stadium building, we are in by far one of the greatest generations now of the stadium building. That people are now starting to take notice, take this mode seriously, and want to invest in it and do what needs to be done for it. And you need YouTubers like Studio 44. You need YouTubers like Swell 21. You need those types of YouTubers who are going to come through and are going to make this mode as popular as Diamond Dynasty stuff. And, you know, I saw the previous comment, you know, not to fight SDS and stuff like that. It's not my intentions to fight them anymore. It's not my intentions to get on here and complain about their stuff anymore. What my intentions is from here on out is to build good, structured stadiums as best as possible. Give my 2 cents on content that comes along. When you have the DLCs and all that stuff that come, I will give my 2 cents on that. And then after that, I'm done. The city, the contemporary city pack, and Studio 44 touched on this, and I wanted to touch on it, but I didn't have time. Losing my train of thought. So we got that to, we got the contemporary city thing. And I like the contemporary city thing. But in my honest opinion, I think it's a bit cheap that they said that it was 80 pieces. Taking a building that has drawings on it and then going back to it again and then giving me a version that doesn't have that should not consist of being a separate entity for you to make 80 props. Okay? It shouldn't be that. Now, I get the murals I like because it kind of reminds me of the City Connect stuff, even though I don't like the City Connect stuff as a collective whole. But in a sense, you get that certain urban type of dwelling and all that type of stuff. But my nitpicking with this is that we had to wait like 3 iterations of this game to get ramps. We mentioned that on wish lists and boards and Operation Sports and MLB The Show and all this type of stuff for years and years and years, and they start issuing it out. And that's my issue with this as a whole, as a formal collective whole, as I would like to put my 2 cents in on this. The biggest issue in all of this is that I don't believe or have faith in SDS or whoever runs this mode or whoever comes up with the ideas for these concepts, that they truly take it seriously. You have a baby doll in one of the features here that, in all honesty, is one of the most weirdest additions, and they still kept it in. And I get it. The anomalies with the bullpen stuff needed to be taken care of, and they are hard pressed on that. I wish they would be as hard pressed on that as they are on the bullpen stuff. I mean, or the ramps or stuff. Like, this is what we need. And I'm going to mention this one more time on my streams because I don't want to tire out people's ears, the 3 faithful people who come through here. This is what we need. in this game to make this game seriously. I need the ability to have this mode overall be either A, meant for hardcore stadium builders who choose to go to Diamond Dynasty, choose to create stuff, and then go their merrily way, or people who are die-hard stadium builders who, much like the logo creation community, which I was a part of for about 8 years ago, and leave us to our bidding, give us full customization, let us do whatever we want, let us do whatever we want. Get rid of this batter's eye stuff, because if you don't have it on Diamond Dynasty, you don't need a batter's eye. The only reason why this batter's eye remains prevalent in this mode right here is because of Diamond Dynasty. If anybody's watching this stream, I implore you, clip this section, make it a video if you wish, okay? Post it out there. I'll even post it separately if I have to. The only reason why this batter's eye remains a central part in this mode is because of their appeal to Diamond Dynasty. That's why every time they release a deck of cards, whatever the heck they call that stuff, they release the assets to go with Stadium Builder so that you can put your stadium online with Diamond Dynasty. I've checked the Diamond Dynasty community on YouTube. I've checked them. Don't care to watch their material, to be honest with you. I hate to separate and stuff, but I'm an honest person. I keep it real. Most of their content is all the same. Okay? All they talk about is card collecting. All they talk about is Diamond Dynasty. All they talk about is season XP and all that stuff. This isn't Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy as a kid. I don't care to have that conversation. So obviously, like, the line is drawn in the sand in regards to that community and this community. And that's fine. Everybody likes what they like. Okay? All right, that's why you got 5 pizza shops. That's why you got Burger King, a McDonald's, a KFC. That's fine. But if you are going to create a mode like this, where I can have full customization and I can build these ballparks and I can build this stuff, fine, so be it. Either A, segregate this mode from Diamond Dynasty, because most people in Diamond Dynasty can't build a stadium to save their life, and most of them don't care to do it. Okay? All right? There's one that everybody knows, is the dude with the glasses. I forgot his name. He does good content for his YouTube card Diamond Dynasty section. Okay? This dude doesn't care about ballparks. Stop appealing to people in Diamond Dynasty. They don't care. Okay? If it's anything, it's people from this community here, me. I made most of the Diamond Dynasty stuff from my classical stadiums. Never heard lick nor hide. You can't even post your stadiums that you have created, okay, in the main subreddit of MLB The Show. It was so bad and so alienating 3 years ago that people had to build another subreddit. It's called MLB The Show Stadiums, because you couldn't post anything in the main subreddit of MLB The Show. Only thing those people post in MLB The Show is glitches. They complain about their cards. They complain about all that stuff. That's where this game is at. So this is my plea to SDS. SDS, we didn't need Godzilla. We didn't need torn down buildings, which you then put back in here as fully put together non-damaged buildings. We noticed that. We ain't dumb. All I'm asking for, and this is my most neutral, democratic, congressional democracy plea. People of SDS, please make this mode offline. Just like how logo maker is made for offline or online, okay? If you guys are so hard up to appeal to the Diamond Dynasty crowd, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. The people in the Diamond Dynasty crowd don't care for customizations and all this type of stuff. They actually frown down upon custom-made stadiums because one of the things in which they complain about is the glitches, the messed up stuff, the slurs, all that crap in which people get away with in Logo Creator, they're getting away with in Stadium Creator. Okay? But this is my solution to you. I'm not one to give a diagnosis without prescriptions. Okay? Here's my prescription to you. Okay? You come up with an option the minute you go into Stadium Creator. You have an option on the other side, and you have an option on this side. One on the left, one on the right. You can make it red or blue or whatever you want to make it. You can make it mango and orange. I don't care. One, competitive mode, competitive play, Stadium Creator, which is for like online. And you can have all the people go there. And then you can have an offline or a professional made, whatever you want to call it, on that side. And on that side, you can customize whatever you want. It is 2024. I have been playing games since 1993. It does not make sense that in this day and age, for over 30 years of playing games, I'm dating myself here, to be sitting up here and not being able to customize from here down to here, up to here, just because we've been given no reasons, we've been given no actualizations, we've been given zero explanations and discussions for it. It's time for that to change. This needs to be changed. The second thing that needs to go, if what you built right here is for the sole purpose of making sure Diamond Dynasty is not screwed up, then you make Diamond Dynasty be as strict as possible in regards to stadium building. Meaning all this crap, pardon my French, all this crap that you see here that I can't change, you ship that over there to Diamond Dynasty Stadium Creator. This and this ugly batter's eye that no one can get rid of. One of the things we didn't ask for is more batter's eyes. We don't need batter's eyes. We can make our own batter's eye. And I think like we've come to a board where I don't even know what the heck this is. I can't even put people on this. Can I put people on this? This is another thing that just does not make sense. So I can't even put people on this. I can't put stands on this. I can't put people on this. So I have a whole building facing me in center field that I can't place anybody on. Can I place anything next to it? Let's try. Let's try and see if I can place. Can I place a building next to it? I can't even place a building next to it. This is right here. So I have awkward space. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That you guys made this mode, and I'm speaking to SDS right now. If you ever come across it, you probably won't, so who cares? But you guys made this mode without any purpose. There's no method to the madness. I have a big old building here, which is a building in which you can put people on. Why can't I put people on it? What do I do with this? What do I do with a brick building? What do I do with that? How do I utilize that? Can I put a scoreboard on it? Most scoreboards can fit in center field. I can't do that. Like, what is this? Big city tiers. Okay, cool. These are assets that were taken from MLB ballparks and stuff. Okay, cool. I'm with you on that. But, you know, from the jump, and I'm going to talk to the people now in this forum, in this live chat, that probably wasn't here when this thing first dropped. When this thing first dropped and we all downloaded this mode, we went to the batter's eye. And we found out what could we delete. And we realized we could, which is, if you're on PlayStation, L1 and circle. And we went to the batter's eye and we did this. Stone. You mean this one? Is it this one you're talking about? That's that, reminds me of a Nickelodeon show where the Aztecs used to. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Green flags. Oh, you talking about this one? Concrete blocks? I mean, fine, but like this looks ugly. Like this is my last talking on this topic because I'm blue in the face with this. It's done. I'm raggedied out talking about it. But that's my thing. Is that SDS you need to understand or sit down and have a come to Jesus moment about what you guys want this mode to be and who you want to appeal this mode to. Because I know from the jump when I go in here who I want this mode to appeal to. I didn't get paid any money to figure it out. I'm not sitting on any boards. I'm just your average, humble, salt-of-the-mill human being here who's a working person who tries to afford a good time and build stuff. But SDS needs to figure out what they need to do with this mode and who they need to appeal this mode towards. Because on one side, you have a mode that can be addressed and be made for classical stuff and some of the stuff they've actually appealed to. But for the other purpose, they keep putting all this other stuff that no one's asked for. No one's asked for the Godzilla animals. No one's asked for the weird, wonky-looking batter's eyes. No one's asked for the floating UFO stuff. No one's asked for any of this stuff. And they put this stuff in here to appeal to the kiddies who buy the baseball cards. That's where all of this is heading towards. And so what I say is as follows. You should build this mode for offline and let us go and let us build our stuff. That's what makes sense to me. And that's what I get from this. And I'm not trying to diss anybody. I know I'm being very off, very flippant. But this is a come to Jesus discussion about this, where, like I said before, the main thing I get from all of this is that the people who make this mode have no clue what they want this mode to be. Imagine how good this mode would be. Like, get out of here and play a classical stadium, okay? Go play Griffith Stadium, right? And look at, like, the maps and look at, like, all the houses and the row homes and all the stuff that you can put in there and the classical scoreboards and stuff like that. I'm telling you guys today, we've been asking for that for over 3 years, yet to get it. And said we got some swimming creature that hovers around, or Donkey Kong, or a baby, for whatever reason. There's literally a baby doll in this mode. No clue why. It just seems to me that, like, they have done what the NFL has done by putting NFL games on Nickelodeon. And for people who grew up in the 90s and the 2000s, we didn't have kids' channels watch football games. We were kids who happened to be into sports, and you got to watch sports like the adults watched it. And honest to God, I grew up with Nickelodeon. I don't need my sports games Nickelodeon-fied. And that's what's happening here. You Nickelodeonify this mode. This download, this asset that they uploaded this time around, great start. It could be better, but great start. The next problem with this mode is you guys need to figure out this memory thing. This memory thing is astronomical. If you want to have an arbitrary type of system where you need to meet a certain requirement to get things built and to get things done, I'm all for it. Fine. Makes sense. Why can't we have more memory? Every time they change something in this mode, it doesn't enhance the memory, it hinders the memory. So when you get to play something that you had before, you get to have now a stadium that you built that was once 99% be 102%. Because for some reason they upped the resolution or something like that, thus enhancing everything, thus pushing up everything, thus going in there. I need one time for them to go in there and do something with this mode that's going to make it better, not make it worse. That's it. And my final thing, before I go on and add the rest of this stuff and get off here because I got to go to the gym or whatever at some certain time, but this is my thing in all of this, is that if you're not going to come out on a live cam and talk about the decisions you guys make into why you make these modes the way you make them, why you have 30 MLB ballparks, okay? Why you have 30 MLB ballparks in here and you don't have any assets from those ballparks in this mode. It's a no-brainer, guys. If I'm simplifying it, if it's way more complicated, you can call me out. I got TikTok. I got them on my TikTok. I try to talk to them. They always go poof in the dust. But if it's too complicated and there's something else that needs to be done, talk to us. Tell us. It's better than us guessing, because our assumptions are always going to be much worse than what you tell us. Now, what you tell us may not be true. It may not be right, but it's something. It's a lot better than nothing. I need to know why it makes perfect sense for you guys to sit up here and make this mode as limited as possible. If you come out and say, oh, well, the memory is attached to the grandfather system, and if we tweak something, everything falls apart. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Why can't we have letters and numbering on the walls? Why can't we have multicolored tier seats? Why can't we have fans who can walk around? Why can't we have those types of things? We had to wait 3 years to get fans standing out of the stands. Why can't we have vehicles moving? Why is transportation not still? Why does everything seem so still as opposed to what you guys have in the main game? All I'm looking for is answers. This is a next-gen console. This is a 2020 PlayStation 5 I'm playing on. Why are we still moving like it's 2013? That's the problem. And I've voiced it. Studio 44 has voiced it. Su21 has voiced it. Everybody who has come and gone has voiced it. And I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking to sit up here and look at these old videos of MLB The Show 21, MLB The Show 22, of all the people who created stadiums just say, I'm done with this, I'm walking away, and I give up. Because the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So this is the last time I'm going to mention anything about it, because everything I mentioned is the same thing I mentioned back in MLB The Show 21 and, and 22 and 23 and 24. Okay? This mode should be like the logo creator. It should be fully customizable. If kids can't fully customize it, then that's not their mode. Kids don't play this stuff anyway. They grew up in a generation of instant gratification and buying tickets and stuff offline to get the 99 rated overall player. There's going to be some kids who are into this mode. Good. This is for them. It's no different than Legos and Roblox. This mode is for people who love building ballparks, who love building classic ballparks, who love extending this thing who love building and creating. For some of us, this is as close as we're going to get to afford to buy or make a model of our stadium. Let us have it. If you guys want to do your little card things where you guys want to go and collect your baseball cards and make, 50 YouTube videos about it, getting 50,000 views from other 12-year-olds that have nothing else better to do but to build cards, go do your thing. We don't want you in stadium builder either. So as much as you guys hate the mode, we hate the fact that they built the mode around the crap you like. That's it. Okay? That's it. I can't sit up here with this kumbaya stuff anymore that every community is the same. No, it's very blatant what they pay attention to. They pay attention to the Diamond Dynasty community, and that's fine. Go with God. I got you. But for the people here who are franchise mode players, who created stadium players, who are created logo players, people who have sat up here and still have to pick from the same bland numbers to pick for their custom uniforms in Diamond Dynasty mode, this is here for you. I want to talk to those people. I want those people in my stream. I want those people to like me. I want those people to sit up here and like this stuff and repost and share and talk and join the community and be a part of it. Those are the people I want, because you're understanding where I came from. Guess what? I was in those communities myself. But if you're not a part of that and you look at this and you're like, oh, I don't understand. It's just a stadium. Who cares? I don't need to hear that crap. Go somewhere else. Because that's the same thing that made Madden the way that it is. And I'm going to tell y'all a little something, too. This NCAA football game, I think it's going to be good coming out. I think it's going to be great. I'm too old to be playing. I don't feel like playing this. I'm striking. I don't care. Okay? But I'm just going to say this. Know what you're walking into. That's it. That's all I tell people. Know what you're walking into. The same discrepancies you have against Madden, you got to have it against NCAA. They've had 10 years to make that game, 10 years to build that game, 10 years to add features to that game, and they've omitted more stuff from it than what they put into it. Okay? You can't export your players to Madden, which is stupid, because guess what? You have a package that's coming out now. You spend $100-some to buy both NCAA football 25 and Madden 25, and you can't export the players. This was a feature you had way back on PlayStation 2, back in 2000. You don't have it in 2024. I want everybody to pay attention to that. I want everybody to see where that's going. Where the quality of games are these days. Where you have games that are running at cinematic speed. These people look real as anything. And you have been given less on the table than what you had when were supposed to have less prior to. And they're all doing that. They're all trying. If you think that your game is immune from it, just wait. It's going to come. That's what I'm getting to in all of this. We live in a day and age where these game companies are not transparent anymore. They push out 4 versions of the same game that's going to be obsolete in 6 months, and then don't tell you anything. So that's my 2 cents on it. This is the last time I'm going to rant about it. This is the last time I'm going to, have my come to Jesus about it, because, I'm burning myself out talking about it, because you're not dealing with reality. You're dealing with what you should deal with. And that's fine. And that's okay. But this stuff needs to make sense. Okay? You have a whole community that has flooded your inboxes telling you guys, hey, we don't care for batter's eyes. We don't care for preconceived structures. Why can't we move a bullpen? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And you don't get any answers. So you need answers. That's what I want from SDS. Figure out what you want this mode for. Figure out who you want to give this mode to. Okay? The most famous ballparks that were built within the first month of this game coming out, and by that I mean the first time this mode was introduced, was the Sandlot, which was popular by world acclaim, was the Sandlot and Angel Stadium. That right there should tell you everything you need to know. Did somebody build Godzilla Land? Did someone build the moon Did someone build UFOs? Did someone build a Star Wars park? No, those are fun. Those are for farts and giggles. But there you go. So, it's my TED Talk. I'm retiring the soapbox, putting that all away. If you guys wish to carry on the fight, you wish to rant about it on your YouTube channels, I will be there and say F and A. I will like the post. I will like it. I will share it. But you are getting my last take on it, because if you look past in the other 3 years, all the takes sound the same. And if you look at all the suggestions going from Suite 21 to Studio 44, they're saying the exact same stuff I said. And that's not a knock to them, but you need more people to repeat it, because it's going to make it look like really ridiculous that you have all these people who come from different parts of the world, different parts of life, never met one another, never talked to one another, all share the same sentiment. Okay? That should say something. That's called a common denominator. Common variable, if you must. So there you go. This isn't a custom one. This is this is one that actually existed. So this is 1922 to 1949. This is Baltimore Municipal Stadium. It existed on the same plot of land that Baltimore's Memorial Stadium lasted on from 1954 to 1991. Was actually two iterations. 1950 was the lower level deck, but this is the predecessor to it. This is Baltimore's Municipal Stadium, also known as Babe Ruth Stadium. This was located on 33rd Street in Baltimore, in a sweet, quaint, peaceful neighborhood of Waverly back then. So that's pretty much where that is. Only issue is that I can't get this high enough. Actually, I just got an idea. Get rid of this. That's another thing I don't like. I don't like how much this grass takes up so much memory. All right, Cody, I'll give you some free advice. It's fine. I love helping people. Okay, so you said, do you have any tips on what I want to build on my custom stadium? Well, the first thing you have to do is, before I give you any tips to move forward, I have to ask you, what type of stadium do you want to build? Do you want to build a realistic one? You want to build a fantasy one? You want to build a faux classic one? You want to build a faux 80s or 90s one? What do you want to do? This will probably give me a better gauge of like where your headspace is at. Okay, so you want to do realistic. So we got that there. Let's mentally take that sticky note and put up there. All right, we're going to go realistic. Realistic how? What do you want next? You want realistically modern? You want realistically neoclassic? Realistically cookie cutter? Realistically box jewel circa 1920s, 1930s type of thing? You want that type of thing? Let me know what you want. It reminds me when people used to come up and ask for hip hop music. It'd be like what type of hip hop music do you want? There's like 50 years worth. So this is what you call when I was in school and when I was in college, we used to do before we used to write papers, we used to do a layout. And in the layout, we would have a topic, we would have an idea. We'd go down and say, well, what will our first paragraph be? What will our first essay be about? What sources are you going to use? And that way, when you go write your papers, if you guys are in college or whatever, wherever you are in life, you want to write a book or write an article, you don't have to go in there and waste time. You know exactly what you want to pinpoint. That's the same thing you want to do with this. So if he's still here, I'm here to help him. He's got to let me know what's up, because I'll gladly give him the suggested semi-closed. I want it to look like it's on the beach. Okay. All right. So if I gauge you right, you want to have a semi-closed ballpark, which is kind of like a retractable roof looking thing, like a faux retractable roof looking thing. Okay, cool. So what you want to do, okay? And this is what I would do. In fact, I didn't start doing this until I think MLB 22 or something like that. When you're doing, this is going to be a little long-winded, but that's fine. Sometimes long-winded is good. When you want to build a stadium, the first thing you must look at is where you want to locate it at. So let's go here. Let's do scenery. Okay. This is your tropical. This is your coastal. Okay. All right. This is your, okay, so you got tropical and coastal. All right. That's what you have to choose from initially. Okay. The next thing I'm going to suggest you to do, if you want to make a stadium in a Bay Area of some sort, in a faux Bay Area, and a fantasy Bay Area, if you want to make a ballpark around a beach type of area, one thing I suggest is the first thing you do is you plot out what you want it to look like. And if you want to make it realistic, you can go look at Google Maps and you take a look at beaches and you take a look at the scenic routes that are around beaches. Okay? And you take a look at Virginia Beach, Ocean City, Maryland, Ocean City, New Jersey, Rehoboth Beach. There's a ballpark by Coney Island, I think, or either that or the Spider-Man game lied to me. But there's a ballpark near Coney Island I want you to look up. I want you to look at the beaches that are on the West Coast as well, if that's your vibe. You already have a realistic look at that by looking at Candlestick Park that existed for the San Francisco Giants because they were near the bay, and now they're near a plot of water. Okay? Now, that's not beach-esque, but it is bay-esque. You're in the family of water life and stuff like that. That's what you need to do first. Because what you want to do is the ballpark is going to be easy and it's going to be accessible once you do these things. You study the land. You're going to do exactly what people do when they build ballparks in real life. They study the land. They study the plot of land of where they're building at. And they use that plot of land to their advantage. That's where you get your shapes from for your ballparks. Okay? That's the first thing you do. All right? We're going to take that sticky note. We're going to post that on the wall. Okay? So if you're still here, all right, this video is going to be here too. Just review it around this point. Trying to think, how long am I on now, right? This is 1 hour, 41 minutes. Okay? So we're going to stick it on here for that. That's the first thing you do. Here's the second thing you do. I want you to take a look at conceptual retractable roofs. I want you to take a look at the realistic retractable roofs. I want you to take a look at the futuristic retractable roofs. Futuristic in the sense of what teams are planning to build. Okay? I want you to take a look at the seating directions, the accessibility, the angles, the points of view. You take a look at Minute Maid Park, take a look at the Sky Dome, you take a look at the Miami Marlins ballpark, you take a look at the concepts of Brewers Park. You take a look at all those open-aired, retractable roofs, Safeco Field, all those places, okay? And you pick from it your inspirations. This is what people do when they build ballparks in real life. That's how Camden Yards gave birth to PNC Field. That's how Camden Yards gave birth to, what's the one the Rockies have? Their ballpark, and 3Com Park, or whatever the heck they call that thing now. That's what builders and architects do. When architects go in and build a stadium, they don't just fly off the handle and build something and just, no, they do research. When Camden Yards was built, they looked at what Memorial Stadium was and said, okay, We have some aesthetics from Memorial Stadium we want to keep, i.e. the 410 to center, which was before they switched to 405 to center. But there's certain other things we want to replicate. We want to take the ivy from, Ivy from Wrigley Field. We want to take the green from Wrigley. We want to take the green that's also from Fenway. We want to take those aesthetics. We want to take, most of all, if you look at Ebbets Field and you look at the design between Ebbets Field and Camden Yards, they both share the same exact shape. They're built almost alike to one another because they're built like the olden times. And you keep the warehouse, even though they wanted to tear down the warehouse initially. You keep the warehouse. That's how you get the aesthetic feel of a neoclassic ballpark. That's what you're going to have to do when you want to build something seriously. You have to go through the steps of what it takes to build something. Ask for reference photos. I even drove out to the location as to where that to get the topography of it, because that's how dedicated I am. I want that thing to be realistic when someone you do. Existing ballparks, current existing ballparks, future existing ballparks. Okay? The third thing you do, you plot out and you plan the amenities you want to use. And this is where people screw up. There's other YouTubers who made videos about this, so I'm not the only one. You'll find a lot of beautiful retractable roof stadiums that exist and are out there. But everything that you use must have practicality as if it was real life. If this is your angle, if this is what you wish to go for, if this is what you wish to have, as in you wish to have your ballpark be as realistic as the ones in the game, take a look at the amenities, take a look at the options, take a look at the concourses and all those things. And you plot out and you plan, you draw it down and you think about as to what you want to use, where you want escalators at, where you want a balcony at. Do you want a deck? Do you want a brewery zone, which is very popular these days? And you incorporate it. Take a look at NFL stadiums, take a look at MLB stadiums, take a look at soccer stadiums. Because when professional teams go out and look for ballparks to build, they extract everything from anywhere that they can. When M&T Bank Stadium was built in Baltimore, this is a football stadium. Their main choice as what they wanted to do, being a part of the Camden Yards Sports Complex, was they looked to Camden Yards. And what was the two things that was out there at Camden Yards? Sandstone and brick. Guess what they used for their stadium? Sandstone and brick. The only thing they didn't do was they didn't paint the steel. They kept the steel bare because paint wears off and stuff like that. So that's what you do. Take a look at the amenities. Take a look at where people are going to stand, where people are going to sit, where people are going to do. The next thing you want to do after that, after you built the layer foundation of your stadium and the direction of where you want to do, is if you want to find roofs. There's a great YouTube video for that, how to do roofs or build, how to make your half roof stadiums look convincing and stuff. I suggest you research that. I ain't got the answers to everything, but that's what it is right there. Okay? You take that sticky note, you stick it up there too. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's not that serious. Oh, it's just a game, blah, 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 blah. They're correct. It is. But what it's teaching you is doing things this way for stuff like this will help you also do stuff like that for things in your life so that you can make sense out of stuff when you do something. You're not being annoying. I gave you 4 things that are going to help you prepare for that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you YouTube videos and tutorials that's going to all together put everything that I told you and clump it up together. Okay? So stand by, and I'm going to give it to you. A lot of this stuff that I'm giving to you, you're going to have to find out yourself, you're going to have to go through trial by error and trial by fire. Okay? And you're going to have to be ready to fail. Okay? You're going to have to be ready to fail. That's just what comes with the territory. All right, so here's one video is by Obscurest Gaming. Is 10 tips for building stadiums in MLB The Show. That's one. Studio 44. Okay, now, if you're paying attention, this is what I want you to also look at. This is Tips and Tricks Retractable Roof Stadium Creator, MLB The Show by Gopper Gaming. Okay? I want you to look at that one. All right? Yeah, Gopper Gaming is really good. Okay? Got some good ones out here. You know, it's just a matter of you finding them and what you want to do with them. So those are my suggestions to you. This is what I would do if I were you. This is how I would go about it. This is how I would look into this stuff. I hope I helped you. I hope I gave you something that's going to at least somehow help you and prep you along the way. But take in consideration all the stuff I'm telling you. Okay? I can't I'm not giving you, I can't give you the fish, but if I teach you how to fish, you're never going to starve. Okay? I didn't write that. That's a parable. Okay? All right? And so what that does is that gets you immersed in what you want to build. It makes you take seriously what you want to do. And you know something? Guess what? Your work is going to come out better because of it. Because you're putting in the work. You know, you look at all these people who build these ballparks and they build all this goofy stuff. They build all this wacky stuff. They build stuff with buildings out here and trees there. And I ask the person, and the person gets offended. I say, I don't understand this. What's your intent? What's the purpose? Oh, my intent's to have fun. Okay, cool, great. What's your intent? Because if you're going to build crap, I'm sorry, I got to tell you, it's crap. You got to have purpose. You got to have purpose in your life. You got to have purpose with every action you take, every word you speak, everything you do. And granted, yes, this is a game, but sometimes in life, the best lessons to learn is in the most easiest of situations. And you learn it right here. And you get more fulfillment out of it. It's a labor of love. That's what creates all that. So I hope my suggestions helped you. This is what I practice and preach myself. I hope it helped you. Hope it gave you some clarity. Go out there, fail, kick butt, do stuff wrong. If you take a look at my stadiums that I built in MLB The Show 21 starting out, they look like crap. All right, man, go forth, do what you got to do, man. Good luck to you. They look like crap. Memorial Stadium looks like a dead bird on the side of the road. Okay? But you know something? Hey, look at where I'm at now. It's trial and error. You know, Michelangelo didn't walk out of bed, didn't walk out of the cradle and create the Michelangelo David. He didn't create the Sistine Chapel at 5. It took time. And it's the same thing here. This is why when I go on subreddits, people downvote me all the time. Someone posts a picture. Someone posts something, say, what do you guys think about building this? I say, you can do it. And you know what people do? That's how I test people. Depending upon what you take from what I say, this tells me who you are. If you were really pressed on seeing your thing come to light, come to games, you would build it yourself. You wouldn't ask other people to do it. Because if you ask me to do your ballpark for you, There's multiple versions of Ebbets Field out there. I'm going to give you my version of Ebbets Field. It's just like if Raphael made his version of David, Michelangelo makes his version of David. They're all different versions. You wouldn't walk up to somebody, ask somebody, hey, what tattoo I should put on me? It's your body, it's your tattoo. Why would you want me to do your tattoo? It's the same thing here. This is art. This is my interpretation as close as possible, and I can get within the ramifications of this game to create what I want to see. But that's my vision. It's not your vision. So when I see people who post those types of things, I'm not trying to be rude and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. But when I tell you, why don't you build it yourself? I'm giving that person freedom. Instead of constantly asking people all the time about building something in which they're not interested in, why don't you, who you are passionate about and you have the interest in, why don't you build that yourself? Stop waiting for other people to do for you what you can do today for yourself. And it may come out crappy. Guess what? The people you're asking to build your stuff for you, they made their stuff crappy to begin with too. They're not gods. I'm not a god. Nobody here is a god. These are people who practice and they make perfect. If you do something you love and you do it repetitiously, guess what? You've reached perfection. Practice makes perfect. If you care about what you want and you want it, go explore it and do it. That's how you get to be good. That's it. If it's anything anybody gets from these videos and gets from my channel to where this is now at my point of life and where I'm at, this is what I want people to get from this. This isn't just a stadium. This is why I'm so passionate about like batter's eyes and fully customizable stuff and everything. I am a firm believer that life is short. You get one go around on this thing. That's it. You ride these tires, you ride this gravy train until the biscuit wheels fall off at the end. That's it. And when they fall off, they fall off. You get one shot at this thing. Life is too short to be limited. But it's not too short to try and still work around your limitations. And that's what this mode is. That's why I fight so hard for this mode to be what it is and to be where I think it could be, because it allows people to create. It allows people to use their brains. It allows people to learn difficulties and adversity in life, because this right here is an easy point of diversity. But you can transplant this and parlay that into anything else in life, to your wishes and to your well-dwellings. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want everyone to get when they come through here and they see this stuff. And you see my errors, and you see my trials, and you see my faults, and you see my flaws, because that's a lesson. For you to venture out, for you to go and build your stuff. Arch used to come through here. Arch 74. He used to come through here. He don't come through here that much anymore. I don't take it personal. Ain't nothing. He building his stuff. I told him, I said, you should get your own channel and build your own stuff. I don't fear competition. I don't fear people building the same stadiums I build. I don't fear people building the same stuff I build. I already uploaded a test kit of Memorial Stadium. If somebody out there can build it better, build it. And I'll go watch it and I'll tweak my stuff and do it too. Because iron sharpens iron. That's where I'm at. I want people to go and make this mode the best damn thing you can possibly see. So it's taken seriously. But that dude's busy building. He's busy cooking. You got people coming up here building stuff that is just going beyond ramifications or any imagination possible. That's what I want when people come through here. If you come through here for one stream only, and you get some inspiration and you never come back, that's fine. I don't take it personal. I don't. Do your thing. As long as you're being creative, as long as you're being thought-provoking, as long as you're putting good energy out here in this world and creative energy, go do your thing. If you take any lesson from this, bring people here, they ask questions, I'll give you the best answer possible. And you go on and you make your channel and you build your stuff. All I ask is Do it with love. Do it with compassion. Do it with purpose. Do it with pride. That's it. No matter how bad it looks, no matter how difficult it is, stick with it. That's what you got to do. So it's getting late. Unfortunately, I have to come back and do this whole grass layout thing. But then I got an idea for that. But one thing I want you guys to do is like, share, subscribe if you wish to. If you don't, I don't take that personal either, but I'm tossing it out there. I have a TikTok. Be sure to add me on that. If the spirit moves you to do so, then you know what? Please do so. So that is where everything is at. This is going to be my new project. It probably won't take too long because Lord knows I got other ballparks I need to work on and stuff to do. But the gym is calling me soon. And that's another thing that I must have peace and purpose with. So I hope that you all have peace and purpose in your life as well. Hope that you guys get the ball rolling on anything you want to do. If you have any questions, be sure to leave it on my page here. I have no problem sitting up here giving you guys answers or helping you out as best of my abilities. And if I can't help you and if my answers aren't good enough, I will share somebody who can. That's it. That is all from me. I thank you guys for stopping by. I thank you guys for always listening to these rants and listening to these things. And I ask that if you have a chance, stop by Swell or Swee 21. I keep messing his name up. My apologies. Stop by his page as well. Support his stuff. Studio 44. Stop by his page. Support his stuff. These guys are hardcore, passionate ballpark players, ballpark creators, ballpark creator fans who are, in a lack of a better term, carriers of the gospel. They're the ones that show off all these ballparks. They're the ones that are, the ones who bear witness to this artistry and perform to carry it on. So give them the respect, give them the likes, give them the subscriptions, give them whatever they ask within reason, of course. And, that's where things should be at. So that's my parting gift to everybody. Stay awesome, be cool, be loving, be kind, be considerate, be excellent, be merciful. Always be innovative, always be fearless, always be strong, always be helpful. And I will check you guys later.